Hello, everyone. This is Math 267 online. This is just going to be a quick video of kind of how to get started and where to find everything. So first thing would be to log into Blackboard and go to our course for whichever semester it is. So if I click on it, here's what our Blackboard looks like. My Blackboard is pretty basic. I try not to put too much up here to confuse things. Basically, you go to the Start Here folder. The first thing you see is this intro video. That's actually what you're watching right now. There's another video after that that shows you how to use Hawks, which is our courseware. So you'll want to watch that too if you're not familiar with Hawks. Some of you have already taken Math 167 before, or maybe you're even retaking 267, so you kind of know how Hawks works. But if not, you definitely want to watch that video. You can click here and view my information. I'm going to open up the syllabus actually and kind of go through a little bit of stuff on that. We're not going to read the whole thing here, but oops, I don't want that. Let's see, as big as I can make this. There we go. I guess that's as big as I can make it. But I did want to point out the kind of important things here. So again, this is our syllabus. Courseware required: mathematics with applications in business and social sciences by Hawks Learning Systems. If you took Math 167 or 267 previously, then you already have this courseware, so you don't need to buy it again. Just log back into it with your username and password, and you'll be able to enroll in the course. If not, you will need to purchase it, and there's some instructions on Blackboard, which we'll get to in a little bit, that shows you how to purchase it. The other important thing here for the online class, this second paragraph here under required courseware: a PC or Mac computer with good internet and a webcam is required for testing. iPads or Chromebooks will not work for exams or the final exam. An iPad or a Chromebook will be fine for doing the homework, but it won't work for tests. So keep that in mind. You've got to have a PC or a Mac to be able to test in this course. So if you don't have a PC or a Mac, maybe you could see about borrowing one from somebody to do the tests with. But again, iPads, Chromebooks won't work. Description and objectives in the course, I'll let you read those. Calculators. So since you're taking tests at home, this is important. You're allowed to have a scientific calculator. The calculator we use typically in regular semesters would be the TI 30XS multi-view. That's really the recommended calculator. But if you don't have that particular one, you got a different scientific calculator, that'd be okay. So for instance, here on Amazon, this is our suggested calculator, TI 30XS multi-view. It's on sale right now on Amazon for $15.44. So you definitely want the one that says multi-view, okay? Because we use a lot of fractions and radical signs and things like that. So you don't really want decimal answers. So this is the best calculator to use for that. Let's see, back over here. All right, withdrawal deadline. You can look at the academic calendar linked here to see the withdrawal deadline for the course. I also have it on the calendar. Show you what the calendar looks like in a few minutes. If you've got an accommodation that I need to meet, that's not a problem. it's get in touch with Student Disability Services. Their information's on here, and we can get that set up. Let's see, tutoring. There is free tutoring offered through the math department. And during these intersessions, which is generally the only time this online course runs, we do have remote tutoring. So basically you go to mathlab.olemiss.edu, click math help right here, and it'll give you the information. Basically you go to this web link and schedule an appointment, and then they can meet with you via Zoom. If you are in Oxford, though, in-person help is always better. So that's available as well. You can see the hours and dates there. It's in Hume Hall. No appointment needed for in-person. You just show up. Let's see, attendance policy. So, this is an online course. So there's not really a class to go to. But I do have to do this thing called attendance verification. So to get your attendance verified, notice I have in bold here, you must enroll in the course on Hawks. So I'll check that, each evening. Once you've enrolled in Hawks in our course, I'll verify your attendance, and that's really all you've got to worry about as far as that goes. Then we've got the different kinds of assignments. So homework, read through this. There's 17 sections that we cover. So there's a homework assignment for each one. So 17 homework sections. Homework assignments must be submitted by the posted deadlines to receive credit, and the two lowest ones get dropped. So it's going to take your highest 15 out of 17 for your homework average. On Hawks, you have 3 modes when you go to a section. You have learn, you have practice, and you have certify. What's important here is homework is done in certify mode. You have to certify a section to get credit for it. Learn, in essence, is your textbook, and practice is just what it sounds like. It's just practice. The practice section does have a tutor button, though. So if you get stuck on a certain problem, you can find one in practice that's like that and hit the tutor button. It'll be down at the bottom left of the screen. Certify mode, though, is your homework. Now, another important point here in bold again as well. Each assignment's an all or nothing proposition. That is, you have to answer each and every question in an assignment correctly in order to certify and receive credit for that assignment. So if there's 10 questions on a homework assignment, you have to correctly answer all 10 of them to get any credit. Now, that said, if you miss a question, it's not like you have to start over. It's just going to give you another iteration of that same kind of question. The numbers will change, basically. And you can do it over and over until you get it. So if you get stuck in certify, you can kind of pause your certification. You'll basically go up to the top left of the screen, and there's a button that says exit and save. So you want to exit and save your place, and then you can go back over to the practice mode, find a similar question there, go through the tutor button. And then once you figure out how to do it, then you can go back into certify and work on the question there. Homework is 20% of your overall grade. Homework's got to be on time to get full credit. So if you certify on time, you get full credit, 100%. We do have a late homework policy. But again, it's intersession. We only have really 10 days of class anyway. Hopefully you're not using this late policy, but we do have it because sometimes things happen. So you can read through that. Practice exams. Ooh, I need to fix that. That should be exams, not cams. I'll fix that before y'all read this. Practice exam will be created for each of the semester exams as well as for the final exam. They do not count for credit. So are they required? Well, technically, no. But we highly suggest you do these because the actual exams come directly from those. In other words, say for exam one, there's nothing on exam one that's not going to be on practice exam one. So practice exam one's like your study guide. If you can do the stuff on the practice exam, you can do the stuff on the actual exam. And then we have exams, 3 of those during the semester with a 1-hour time limit. These are graded on percentage. So you'll log in with Respondus Monitor, and there'll be directions for that later as well. To take your exam, and you submit it, and I'll go through and check for partial credit and things like that. And then I release the grade, and it's based on what you get correct, right? So it's a percentage base. So it's a little different than the homework. The homework's basically 100 or a 0, right? You got to certify, you get 100, assuming it's on time. Or if you don't certify, you get a 0. So it's all or nothing, but exams are different. It's percentage based. Each exam's 20% of the grade. Times 3 of those gives you 60% of the overall grade. We do drop the lowest. It says right there, drop exam policy. So basically, once exam 3, that grade gets posted, it'll drop the lowest exam. So only your highest 2 count in your exam average. So that drop grade, it can't hurt you. It can only help you. 3 exams, if you miss one, it'll be your drop. Or if you just, you have a bad day and you bomb one, it'll can still be dropped. Let's see. There are no makeup exams given for any reason. The only sort of exception to that would be something with an official university function, and you can take the exam early, which in this online class, the exams are already going to be open to you now at this point anyway, so you could theoretically go ahead and take them anyway. And then lastly, we have the final exam. This is required. They make us do that now. You do have a 2-hour time limit on it. It's worth 20% of the grade as well. It's cumulative. So, about a third of it's going to be from exam 1, about a third of it's going to be from exam 2, and about a third of it's going to be from exam 3. But there won't be anything new on it. So it'll only have stuff that was on exams 1, 2, and 3. And there's a practice final exam on Hawks as well as a study guide. All right, don't cheat. So, in an online course, again, you're taking these exams via Respondus Monitor. You got to only use the correct type of calculator, right? So if you have a graphing calculator out and I see it in the video, that's academic misconduct. If I see you on the video with somebody helping you or you talking to somebody, that's academic misconduct. You can't have any notes out. This is, class is based on what you know. So read through that. Don't cheat. Grading scale here lets you look through that. And you can read through that last part as well. So that's kind of a quick overview of the syllabus. Next thing on Blackboard you'll see is the calendar. So this will be different depending on which semester you're taking it. So here's this one. This is Winter Intersession 2025. So class begins January 6th. Anything in italics is stuff you should be working on that day. So I have guided notes and videos that cover all these sections. I'll show you how to get to those in a few minutes. And then you've got some other information here, like Thursday is January 9th is the withdrawal deadline, and exam 1 is also due that day. So exam 1, notice in parentheses, it has the sections it covers, basically all the chapter 10 sections, which are what you were supposed to be working on the previous 3 days. So the homework for all those is due on Thursday as well. Okay, so we've only got 2 weeks. It's a real quick class. So you don't need to wait till the day the test is due to be working on 10-1. Right? You need to kind of follow this schedule and try to keep up with it every day to stay on track. You're free to work ahead if you want. All the exams are already open if you want to take them, but don't get behind. And then you've got the breakdown the rest of the way. Final exams in these intersessions is always on Saturdays. But again, you could, if you finish the class, other exams earlier, you could do the final exam earlier as well. But that's kind of how you read the calendar. Due dates are always 11:59 p.m. for homework, for exams, for everything. And when I say 11:59 p.m., I'm talking about Central Time, Oxford time, right? Okay. All right, the next thing here, courseware setup. Let's take a quick look at this. Basically, there are 2 options. Make this a little bigger for you. You either already have an account in mathematics with applications in business and social sciences, or you don't. Okay, if you've taken Math 167 or 267 previously, then you already have one. So basically, you're looking at number 2. Basically, just log it back into your Hogs, and you can enroll in the course. If you have never taken Math 167 or 267 before, then you're probably option 1 here. You've never purchased one of these. So navigate to learn.hogslearning.com. So I'll do that. Create or access your account. So you may have an account if you took pretty much any other math course here at Ole Miss, like college algebra or DS99 or stats or quantitative reasoning, any of those courses, you already have an account. So you won't have to create one. You can just log back in. You will still have to buy this product. That's good for Math 167 and 267, but you already have an account. If not, you can click create an account and just follow, the prompts on the screen. I already have an account, so I'm going to hit sign in right here. And this is kind of what it looks like. Now notice I'm already enrolled here because I did it previously. But if you're not enrolled, you will have this, assuming you've purchased it, if you've taken the class before, and you have an enroll button there. Okay. Let's see. So that's pretty much it for courseware setup. It's not that hard. Link for tutoring, that's the same link that was in the syllabus. There's a little video I made on the table function on that calculator I suggested, the TI-30XS Multiview. Especially when you get later in this class into, I guess, the exam 2 and exam 3, really. You'll be plugging different numbers into the same function several times. This table function is an easy way to kind of speed that process up. In other words, basically, you'll be able to just type the function in the calculator, and then you can just type in whatever X value you want, and it'll calculate for you. That's a lot quicker than having to type out the whole function with the number plugged in each time. So you may want to take a look at that, especially when we get to exam 2. Link to tech support. Their tech support is actually just on their homepage. So if I can go back, yeah. So this is the login screen on Hawks that we went to. Notice there's live chat at the bottom, or there's a 800 number you can call. and they're a relatively small company. So it's not like some of these other places where you call and wait online on the phone for an hour before you talk to somebody. Call them and they will pick up immediately. Okay, so if you need any help, reach out to them. All right, so that's everything in the start here section. We close that off. The next thing, you have lessons, videos, etc. So let's click on that. I've got everything broken down into the 3 exams and information for the final. So let's take a look, say, at exam 1 material here. There's guided notes and a lecture video linked for every section on that exam. Okay, so always guided notes, then the lecture video, just one right behind the other. So let's say I'll click on guided notes here. This is a PDF file, and you can hit right here if you want to download it to your computer and print it out. My suggestion would either be to print these out, or if you take notes on a tablet or an iPad, you could download these files and import them into your note-taking program on your tablet or iPad and use them there. Either way you want to do that. When you watch the guided video that I have for this section, I'm literally going through these specific guided notes. Okay, so look at this graph here. This is question 1 on here. If I hit the lecture video for 10.1, it's on YouTube. It's probably going to give you an ad first, unless you have YouTube Premium, but that's okay.
It's not crafty. It's your craft.
Okay, skip that.
Everyone, this is the
Okay, and as you can see, this is that same exact graph that we had in question 1 there. Okay, so literally this video is going through those guided notes, same exact questions and everything. So what I'm trying to do, in essence, is kind of mimic what we do in our lecture classes. This is the same guided notes that our lecture class would get. And as you're watching the video, you're filling out the guided notes, okay? Because there's value in you actually writing some notes. So I give you a guide, but you need to actually do some note taking yourself, because it helps you retain information. And again, that's for all the sections. Okay, same thing for exam 2. It's all there already. Exam 3, all that's there already. Of course, there's no new material on for the final, so I don't have sections here, but I've just got some information. You can click on these and read them. This other videos thing here, you can look at that if you like, but it's just links to some other websites that might be helpful if you need a little more to kind of help you get the material. All right, so that's the lessons, videos, etc. section. Then we have exam/final exam info and access. Whenever you are ready to take an exam or the final exam, this is where you're going to be going. All right, so let's click on that. First thing, you have to have the university's custom lockdown browser. You want to download and install this, in other words, on your computer. So if I click on it, again, you got to have a PC or a Mac for this to work. You click this link below. I'm going to click on it. Looks like this. I'm on a PC right now, so it's this is the PC version, but you click that same link on a Mac, it'll go to the Mac version. Or you can hit the button here to go to the Mac version. So download and install this to your computer. You'll need it for exams. How to take an exam with Respondus Monitor. Read this. Zoom in. You've got to close everything. So if I look down, I'm on a PC. I'm going to go down to the bottom right where kind of everything's running. I've got this other stuff here. Real VNC Viewer, that's a remote access program. If I open up the lockdown browser, it's going to ask me to close that. So I could go ahead and close it here if I wanted to, or when I open the lockdown browser, it'll prompt me to close it then. But anyway, you can't have those sorts of things running when you go into the lockdown browser. Follow these directions. We'll need a webcam because that's how we're watching you. Read through this. It's pretty straightforward. I'm going to try to get a video posted in this section as well, kind of showing you visually how this works rather than just reading it. And hopefully that'll make things a little clearer there. And getting help, here's some things you can deal with. And the lockdown browser itself, it has a help center button, so you could click that. Or you could contact Deedle or this phone number or the IT help desk on campus. If you're still unable to resolve a technical issue with the lockdown browser, go to support.respondus.com and click submit a ticket. Provide information and you can go through there. Okay, but it shouldn't give you any issues as long as you're running a PC or a Mac and you have a webcam, of course. All right, this calendar up here, we don't use that. Again, our calendar is this file down here in the start here section, so you can ignore that. Announcements, anytime I make an announcement, it'll automatically be emailed to you, so I don't have anything posted yet, but so you'll have them in your email anyway. But you'll also be able to get to anything I post and send out right here on this announcements page. Discussions, we don't have that, so don't worry about that. And then the grade book, nothing in there just yet. I will have it set up to sync grades from Hawks, but keep in mind this is not real time. Basically, it updates overnight. So if you want to look at your exact grade at any moment in time, it's best to go on Hawks and look at that to see your exact grades. But every night this will update and pull your grades over. So you'll have them here too, but nothing in there just yet. And then groups, don't worry about that. We don't have anything with groups. And so that is kind of how you get started. So next thing I would do, if you are used to Hawks, go ahead and log in and get enrolled in our course. If not, view this second video here, Intro to Hawks, our courseware, and it'll kind of show you how to get going there. All right, let me know if you need anything.